All right, I kind of don't want to do this, but with Alex Stein here, I think it'll be fun. America is using recovered UFOs to make high-tech weapons. Intelligence officer turned whistleblower claims U.S. recovered ET craft and opened Pandora's box in bombshell BBC interview. I don't believe it. I think he's full of it. I'm going to say this right now. As a statement of fact, this guy is lying about having any of this information. You know why? Because he cannot prove anything he says is true, period. And I would love for him to release hard evidence of this. But until then, it's not really a statement of fact because it's just me saying, like, I don't believe him. But what I'm trying to get at is, if dude were to sue me for defamation for me calling him a liar, which he can't, show me the evidence. Yeah. Prove it. But considering the levels of distractions that we're dealing with, we got aliens, we got World War III, we got Obama is gay. You know what I mean? It's like they're pulling out all the stops in desperation.
It's sensory overload.
Did he follow you into the bathroom?
Yeah, he did. He helped me go.
So I'm glad you're here, Alex, because we want to talk about these aliens.
I heard everything about the aliens. I'm very familiar with it, and I would tell you.
So you've met them?
Well, I am one. They're inhabiting me right now. No, if they tell you that aliens are real, then they're fake. If this guy, I believe the opposite of what
we all thought aliens were real until they came out and claimed they were real.
That's all they have to do is the government tells you the aliens are real. I'm like, all right, this is fake.
Oh, we're all let down.
Well, and I mean, we talk about what they have secret technology. There is something kind of weird to that because we can go to how did they build the pyramids? Like, how did they do stuff that we can't do today? There is some sort of. I think we're getting dumber.
Nah. No, that I agree with. But like, what I say not to is people think that because we don't know how they did it, aliens. And it's like, dude, come on.
Acoustic levitation. I think that.
So, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, they had a bunch of horns. So one of the theories is that they would take the giant stones and they would have like 10 guys with horns that get really, really big, and they would go boom, and then it would create vibrations that you could just push the block.
Well, you've seen that where like somebody has a real big subwoofer system in the car, and just the sound of it, it's not just from the pressure. They think it's from the sound waves. Actually, can bend metal. I mean, the car is like bending, and the metal will come back to its normal shape.
Haven't you ever seen those little football games where it's got the little football players on it? You turn it on, it vibrates, and they just start floating around. Mm-hmm. They're floating around. Like that's one idea. But there's a bunch of stuff like that. Like I think in Rome they had concrete that could set underwater. It was like a big one.
Yes, and I don't think, as far as I know, they haven't been able to replicate the stuff. It's there still.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then what is it? They show like the roads in Rome, and then you see like a road in Dallas. And Dallas is just potholes everywhere, but their road in Rome is, still cobblestone.
Yeah, Roman concrete is legit. It's actually something I just look up in my free time, but it actually gets stronger as time goes on. So
it gets denser.
And what about
we don't understand how they make it? Why don't we just use that all the time?
Wasn't there like a hellfire weapon they had back in the day? You know what I'm talking about? There's like an ancient story where these dudes were on a boat and then they fired like napalm or something.
That Greek fire?
Greek fire, yeah.
I don't know what it is. Was it green, or is that's Game of Thrones? It's green, and it's an incendiary weapon used by the Eastern Roman Empire, the Byzantines, developed in 672 AD.
What was it? Napalm?
I don't know.
Greek fire.
That little picture is pretty funny.
Combustible compound.
Yeah, this is how you
ignited with contact on water.
Blasting them with the fire.
Look at this. It looks like a crayon drawing.
Maybe magnesium if it explodes when it comes into contact with water.
Have you guys seen the new John Wick? Mm-mm. There's a scene where he gets a shotgun loaded with dragon's breath, which is magnesium fragment shotgun shells. So when it shoots, it blasts
flame.
Like not a flame, but like a big. It's like flaming metal shards. Yeah. Yeah, maybe they pulverize magnesium and then fire it out of a cannon.
I want to know what it's made of.
Combinations of pine resin, naphtha, quicksand.
Well, alchemy's real. We all agree that alchemy is real. So I mean, maybe they were able to mix
alchemy.
Well, I mean, what is it? What is like mixing?
They thought they could turn lead to gold.
Yeah, but in reality, I think you can turn platinum to gold.
You can turn some stuff.
They're right next to each other on the periodic chart. It's one proton more. So if you can fuse a proton with platinum, you should turn up with gold.
Where would you get the proton from?
Hydrogen or helium, maybe.
You'd have to fuse it.
Heavy hydrogen, yeah. If you could use heavy hydrogen like deuterium, deuterium oxide, which is like I think there's an added neutron. It's a water molecule with an added neutron, I think. Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty cool. We start making gold out of platinum. Then I think it's what's happening in the sun is it's fusing platinum into gold.
Well, that's why so many people are stealing catalytic converters, because there's a little bit of platinum in the filter.
Palladium, for sure. There's a lot of palladium in the catalytic converter.
I think
Is there, I don't know if there's platinum too.
I think there's a small amount of platinum. I think.
Maybe
That's
this
why they
LK99 thing is another distraction too.
Dude, I think it's real. Look at this.
I said it was a psyop.
Yeah,
I'm still
like
jury's out.
all of the but like for real, all of these crazy stories drop at the same time. That Hunter Biden is about to go to jail and Joe Biden's being caught up in all this.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, everything right now is a psyop. All of it.
I
Just every single one.
misdirection. So
I want to think that
what's really
except
happening.
LK99, no one's talking about it in the media, the mainstream crap.
Yeah, I got the Verge right here.
I was
Okay, that's
seeing it
good.
all over my feed for like an entire day this week, like Wednesday or something.
Did they MSNBC it? Like, is there any of that? Because that's all the
think so.
political subterfuge channels where they're trying to get you to look away.
I figured it out. If we just keep talking about Hunter Biden being crooked, they'll have to keep releasing top secrets.
Yeah, you're milking it.
That's right. That's right.
Well, you said
that
that
Hunter
juice.
Biden.
You said that
he's,
earlier today. Is that people are actually trying to cause more chaos so that the rapture happens sooner. I kind of like that conspiracy.
That's
a little.
dangerous.
So there's
Fire.
that's one of the conspiracy theories is that the powerful global elites want to force the second coming of Jesus, so they're making prophecy happen.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, if I was George Soros, I would be doing that. He doesn't have much time left. I mean,
The reason I think LK99's real is because it was developed by some Chinese dude, and he basically just showed the world. But then I don't know, would the CCP allow a Chinese guy to tell the world about a room temperature superconductor?
what about all the people that have built the cars that run on water? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
Those are real.
Stanley Meyer is one of the guys.
Here's the problem: it takes more energy to perform the electrolysis on the water than the fuel produced from the water is worth, right?
Is that true? I don't know. I don't.
So electrolysis splits the hydrogen
Hydrogen,
and oxygen, and then you can use the hydrogen as a fuel. But the problem is it takes more energy to perform the electrolysis than you get back from the hydrogen as
but
it is.
that's kind of like how they use solar power and windmills. I think a windmill has to spin every day for 5 years for it to even get back its value and what it costs.
So you could make a car run on water, but you're just losing energy. So just have the battery directly spin the wheel. Why convert?
Yeah, water. Stanley Meyer's water car. He said he could run it with water instead of gasoline, but then in 1996, an Ohio court found it to be a fraudulent claim, and then the guy died shortly. He died 2 years later.
Why is that the final line to every story?
Like-
and then the guy died shortly later.
How did
It
Stanley
was
Meyer
a suicide with 2 bullets in the back of the head.
How did he die? Because I remember hearing that, and I thought it was very weird how Stanley Meyer just abruptly.
Well, and then there was also
saw himself out.
there was like a black security guard who died under mysterious circumstances recently, and he had a Ford Expedition that ran on water, and they say that he died under
Stanley
mysterious
Meyer.
circumstances.
Stanley, this is crazy. Went to a Cracker Barrel, and I think he was there to with a business meeting with his brother, 2 potential foreign investors, and he just got up and started vomiting. Ran out and said he was poisoned, and then the official claim is that he died from a cerebral aneurysm.
Wait, who was it?
Stanley Meyer, the guy who built the water fuel car
Wow.
in
And
1998.
Cracker Barrel's delicious, so
Cracker Barrel?
they would never kill
They
him.
would never.
No, they have the most delicious biscuits. and
Catfish. You go to Cracker Barrel and you get the catfish.
It's where you think you're safe.
The chicken fried
Interesting.
steak's good. I mean, Cracker Barrel is.
Plus, they got the knick-knack section.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're kidding.
Yeah.
We
I
love
like
the
the trend
knick-knack.
where people like sneak their stage photos that they're like on a farm into Cracker Barrel, really make it a home.
Everyone's
Have you
looking at
guys
the
seen
WEF. They got the wrong idea. It's been Cracker Barrel the whole time.
Yeah,
Always has been.
It always has been.
it always has been Cracker Barrel.
If anyone in the chat knows more about the water car, please, like, if there's any value to that, because I mean, what you're saying makes sense that you need to perform the electrolysis, but then once you get the chain reaction, wouldn't that hydrogen heat give you enough electricity to continue the reaction? I don't know if that's true.
I don't know, but you know what we should do? Because we got the super chat from Michael Beacon. He gave me an idea. I think we should just get like a projector and then do one of those hologram things they do with like you can
Project Bluebeam.
you can project it. You project you put a projector onto smoke and it can make it look 3D or onto like a glass panel, and then we just have like aliens land in New York. And then when everyone's watching, the aliens just say like, "We want you all to trust your government."
We have that, Tim. We have that. Have you never heard of Project Bluebeam?
Project
No, I know.
Bluebeam.
I'm saying
Yeah.
we got to have aliens land in New York, and then everyone's like, What's the message? What have you come to teach us? You
Gay
should
rights. They're gonna say it.
trust Joe Biden. Vote for him in 2024.
And everybody should be gay. I think that's what they're going to say.
Future is trends.
What's Project Bluebeam?
You've never heard of Project?
I've heard of
Oh,
it, but
come
I
on,
didn't tell me.
So it's technology developed by NASA. This has all been declassified, where they can actually make it look like Jesus is coming back from the rapture. They can make anything look like.
Yo, you
anything.
can't search for Bluebeam right now.
No.
Look at this.
Yeah, I looked it up
It's
and
heavily redacted. But no,
don't
Project
watch it,
Bluebeam is real, and it's basically whether it's I don't know if it's hologram, I don't know how it works, but they can project an image in the sky, and they say that one of the applications would be to fake the resurrection.
Talking plasma, Ian talks about it all the time.
So maybe that talking plasma is part of it, where they take triangulated lasers into a point in the atmosphere, and that creates a ball of plasma that they'll move around like a laser pointer.
Or even drones
if you
now,
have
too.
if you have 3 lasers, when you fire the laser, you can't see the beam, you can see the point. But if all 3 lasers intersect, you'll be able to see a ball in the sky. And then all 3 lasers can move, so it makes it look like something's flying around at the speed of light.
And theoretically, if you've got 9,000 lasers coordinating, you could create like the image of a dragon and move that around.
Yeah.
Yep. That's not even that complicated. Kids in high school do this. You ever see those shows where the guy will be like dancing, and then he'll grab a laser beam and he'll spin it like he's not really spinning it. He's just putting his hand where the laser is, and then they've choreographed how to move to make it look like the laser's actually in his hands.
Yeah.
But he's actually just pretending to grab it. Sometimes they mess up. You can see them. They're cool shows. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.